The reigning MVP shot 6 of 18 in elimination, under 50% in 5 of 6 games. Twitter spent Wednesday night calling it an MVP off night. The chalkboard says something simpler. San Antonio held the league's leading scorer below 50% in 5 of 6 games of the Western Conference Finals. 1 game is variance, 5 is structure. This is the story of the 4-man wall Mitch Johnson built to break Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a guard latched to the ball, 2 wings rotating on the catch, and the 1 weak side anchor nobody else in the league has on their roster. The chalkboard has been 4 against 1 for 2 weeks. Game 7 is Saturday. Game 6, May 28th, San Antonio. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes 18 shots, he makes 6, 15 points across the box score, 33.3% from the field. San Antonio wins by 27, the series ties 3-3. Now look at the series shape. The league's leading scorer has played 6 games in the Western Conference Finals. He has shot above 50% from the field in exactly 1 of them. The other 5 sit below the line. The 5 sub-50 games include the elimination Game 6. They include both of San Antonio's earlier wins. They are not bunched. They are spread across the series. That is not a cold streak. That is a coverage that has been doing the same thing for 2 weeks. So look at the assignment. Stephen Castle has spent 6 games attached to Shai's hip. Point of attack pressure, deep gap denial, going under nothing, going over every screen. The Castle latch is not a Game 6 wrinkle. The Castle latch was the assignment Mitch Johnson made on the first possession of Game 1 and has not blinked from across 6 contests. Single coverage on the league's leading scorer is a death sentence. Most coverages give it 3 games, maybe 4. Then the MVP starts to see it and the scheme cracks. 6 games in, Shai's series field goal percentage is sitting where it is, which means the latch is not working alone. The latch is the first ring of something bigger. 6 of 18 in elimination, 5 of 6 games under 50%. That is not Shai missing shots. That is the second ring of the wall closing on him. The Castle latch is the trigger. The scheme is what happens after the trigger fires. When Shai breaks Castle off the dribble, and he does, often the next defender in line is Vassell, the Spurs starting wing, 6'6", long arms. He rotates first. Then comes Vassell Champagnie, the second wing, same length, he rotates second. This is the wrinkle most coaches do not run. Wing rotation against an MVP is usually one and done. You help, you recover, you live with the result. Mitch Johnson runs sequential length. Vassell takes the first contest. Champagnie takes the second. Every catch inside 15 feet has a planted full extension wing length hand on it. The consequence is that Shai's secondary release, the floater, the runner, the in-between game that bailed out a huge slice of his MVP year scoring, every one of those shots gets contested before the ball leaves his hand. Not recover late, contested, set and contested. And then there is the layer underneath. When the wing rotation triggers, the weak side opens up. Most defenses live with the kickout 3. The Spurs do not live with it. The reason they do not live with it is the player they have standing where nobody else in the league can stand him. 1 ball handler, 2 wings, 1 paint anchor, 4 defenders rotating on 1 MVP every possession all 6 games. A guard takes the ball, 2 wings take the catch. The third layer takes the kickout. The third layer is Victor Wembanyama. Most defenses use their 7-foot rim protector at the rim. Wemby spends almost no possessions at the rim against Shai. He spends them on the weak side block, 2 steps already into the closeout lane. His job is not to contest Shai directly. His job is to make the kickout 3 look the wrong size before the pass ever leaves the MVP's hand. When Shai picks up his dribble and surveys the help, Wemby is already moving. The passing window shrinks by feet, not inches. The pass either does not happen, or it goes high, or it goes to the wrong shooter on the wrong shot. So the steel man to all of this is reasonable. Wemby is one help defender. Shai is the MVP. He should solve a single rotation. The answer is that Wemby is not a help defender. Wemby is occupying the geometry. He is a third defender on every Shai possession before the play begins, deployed weak side instead of strong side. That is the wrinkle no other team in the league can run because no other team has him on their roster. So put the 3 layers next to a typical MVP defense. Typical defense on ball, single cover, Spurs on ball, the Castle Latch series long. Typical defense wing rotation, help and recover, Spurs wing rotation, the sequential double. Typical defense weak side, drop and live with the 3, Spurs weak side, the Wemby Roam. Typical MVP field goal result, varies. Spurs MVP field goal result, under 50% in 5 of 6 games. 1 MVP, 4 defenders, 6 games. So here is the verdict. The reigning MVP did not have a shooting night. The reigning MVP ran into a scheme. Mitch Johnson's 4-man wall has held Shai under 50% in 5 of 6 games. The 6th game ended in a 27-point loss because the wall held an elimination. The chalkboard is the scheme, not the shot chart. The steel man sounds like this. Shai is the MVP. The MVP shoots through any defense given 7 games. Game 7 is in Oklahoma City. The crowd will pick him up. The shots will fall. The Spurs are young. Castle has not done this before. Champagnie is a journeyman. Vassell has never been past the 2nd round. The scheme will crack under road playoff pressure. That is the speech the Thunder bench will deliver before Game 7. On its own terms, it is reasonable. The problem is the 5. Variance does not repeat 5 times in a row. 5 sub-50 games in 6 attempts against the same defense is a coverage that has solved a problem. The Spurs 4-man wall is structural. The Castle Latch is the assignment Mitch Johnson made in Game 1 and has not changed across 6 games. The wing rotations are series-long muscle memory. Wemby's weak side roam is a geometric piece nobody else in the league has on their roster. The crowd in Oklahoma City does not change his wingspan. So here are the 3 zones the chalkboard reveals. Zone 1, on ball, the Castle Latch, a series-long assignment on the league's leading scorer. Zone 2, the catch, the wing length double. Vassell rotates first, Champagnie rotates second. Every catch inside 15 feet contested at full extension. Zone 3, the kickout, the Wemby weak side roam. The 3rd defender on every possession, deployed weak side, shrinking the kickout window before the ball leaves the MVP's hand. 3 layers, 4 defenders, 1 MVP. The chalkboard has been 4 against 1 for 6 games. Game 7 is the 7th. San Antonio did not get hot in Game 6. San Antonio kept doing what got them to Game 6. Game 7 will not be decided by Shai's shot chart. It will be decided by whether Mitch Johnson can keep the wall standing on the road. Game 7 is Saturday in Oklahoma City. The Thunder get the home floor, the crowd, the rhythm, every advantage variance can offer. The Spurs bring the same chalkboard they brought to Game 1. The reigning MVP gets one more chance to solve a wall that has held him for 2 weeks. We will see what happens when the wall travels. Next episode of Chalk Tactics goes inside the closing minutes of a tied conference finals Game 7. The pass the box score will hide. Until then,